The Ash Man. In a quiet rural town tucked between crumbling highways and dense woods, lived a man named Carl. He kept to himself in a weathered cabin on the outskirts, just far enough to be forgotten, but close enough to keep the town curious. Most days he was seen chopping wood, tending to his fire pit, or hauling sacks of gray ash to the end of his long driveway. Carl wasn't unfriendly. He was known for trading, especially for eggs. He'd offer fresh bags of wood ash in exchange, saying it was good for chickens and their digestion. Sometimes he even threw it in as a sweetener for a better deal. Farmers didn't mind. No one ever asked where all that ash came from. But Carl had a strange way about him. He always seemed alert, like someone was watching, like someone had watched for a very long time. One day, Nora, a local raising chickens, cut open one of Carl's ash sacks and noticed something odd. Among the powdery gray was something small, hard and white. A tooth. A child's tooth. She brought it up to Carl, half joking, asking if someone tossed bones into his fire. Carl froze. His usual calm cracked for just a second. Then he mumbled something about kids sneaking onto his property, tossing junk into the flames. He waved it off. But Nora couldn't. Something in her gut twisted. A week later, when a local boy disappeared without a trace, she called the police. An investigation followed. Another tooth, similar in size, was found in one of Carl's ash bags stored in a barn. The missing boy had no dental records, but authorities believed it was enough. Circumstantial evidence, community pressure. Carl's eerie demeanor didn't help. He was arrested, silent during trial, never spoke a word in his defense. He was sentenced to death. Years passed. Then, on a late-night podcast about small-town legends and unsolved mysteries, a call came in. A man, voice low and shaking, told a story from over a decade earlier. He said he'd grown up in that same town. One night, he and a friend had been roughhousing in the woods near Carl's cabin. It was dark. They were laughing, pushing each other. One tripped and fell, face first into the edge of Carl's stone fire pit. There was blood, crying, and a couple of baby teeth left behind in the ashes. They ran home and never told a soul, too scared of getting in trouble. It was before that kid went missing, he said, before Carl got arrested. I think those teeth were mine. The podcast host was silent. Listeners weren't. It turned out the entire case hinged on an assumption, a hunch, a tooth no one could truly match, and a man who never got a chance to explain. By the time anyone thought to re-examine the evidence, Carl had been dead for 7 years. For more stories like follow or subscribe, drop a comment with your thoughts or any story suggestions you'd love to see next.